For years now, the quotation is quite clear. 17% of the global population, and at the same time, African continent being the host to 25% of the burden of disease. African scientists represent 3% of the total number of publications, and Africa continues to import over 80% of its medication and 99% of vaccines. I felt that the time was right to institute a change that hopefully would change the status quo as we develop the next generation of African scientists who not only know how to do the science, but also know how to conceptualize the science, how to win their own research funding, and how to focus on diseases that continue to plague the continent.
I want AREF to be the first organization people think about when they want to partner to develop African health researchers.
Founded with a vision to support the capacity development of African health researchers to become leaders that prioritize Africa's health agenda, AREF's impact and reach now spans the continent and beyond, and is also set to grow even further.
I was awarded £46,000, which gave me protected time to spend 9 months at the best metabolomics laboratory in the world, the National Phenome Center at Imperial College. The objective was for me to be trained on how to develop, design, conduct research in metabolomics. How can I facilitate the transfer of this technology from London to the Gambia? This was the direct impact.
AREF's mission is to nurture and support brilliant African health researchers to become leaders in their field. And this we do by looking at first what they lack. Initially, at the beginning of our work, we assessed the challenges that researchers face. And this includes funding challenges, lack of mentorship, collaborations, and even technical and transferable skills. And some of them also talk about the protected time that they need to develop themselves. And so how does AREF address this? We focus on early postdoctoral candidates or individuals. This is because this is the most vulnerable stage of research career. And if people are able to get it right at this stage, they can become excellent researchers and leaders in their field. And so in AREF, we have put together several programs that span the entire early to mid-career research stages. Overall, we also ensure that there is no language barrier in terms of delivery. And so most of our programs now have language-based versions. For example, the Francophone grants writing workshop, and we're currently working on the Lusophone grants writing workshop. Again, gender equity is something that we value in AREF, and we currently have 46% of our participants being women researchers.
In 10 years, AREF has impacted on the scientific careers of over 900 emerging research talent. We have raised over £20 million to enable us to fulfill our dreams. And for this, I want to thank all the funders. However, I hope the 930 talented African researchers will continue to stay in Africa. And to achieve this, funding to AREF needs to take a new turn. African governments, African philanthropists, Africans must begin to provide funding for research and for research capacity development. The continent must now have sufficient faith in what our own scientists can do. This is a necessary step to improve health and save lives in Africa, for Africa, by Africa.